Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCullum, and I'm very excited today to announce the newest book from Headstamp Publishing entitled Tiger Stripe, the Vietnam Camouflage Story. Tiger Stripe, of course, is one of the most iconic camouflage patterns out there. It is hugely embedded in Special Forces history and the Vietnam War, and just has a really fantastic, interesting background, and that is what we are delving into in this new book. It is going to be, without a doubt, the biggest and most comprehensive book on the subject ever published. I don't have a final page count yet. We do have some stretch goals that are still up in the air, but it's going to be at or a little over 800 pages long. It is going to have more than 1,250 images in it. Most of them, well, all of them either taken by our fantastic headstamp photographer, James Rupley, or actually period original Vietnam vintage photographs of stuff in the field, which is really cool. So specifically, let's take a look at what's actually in the book. We are covering the entire gamut of tiger stripe camo in this book, which means we actually have to start before the first real tiger stripe emerges. And it was influenced heavily by things like British windproof camo and French lizard camo. So both of those are covered in the book, specifically all of the various iterations of French lizard, and there are a bunch of them, and they're rather confusing, so this will be a fantastic reference on those. Then we get into the actual Vietnamese tiger stripe, authentic, like the real thing, tiger stripe patterns. And we cover all of the different variations. So these are typically known in the collector community by a number of interesting, entertaining, and somewhat descriptive names like Sea Wave Tiger and Fat Tiger and Gold Tiger. We have Black Tiger Stripe in there. We have the Arvin Tiger Stripes in there. We have Okinawa Tiger in there. You name it, they're all in there. And then the book extends beyond just the actual military fatigue utility clothing made in tiger stripe. It includes things like Hollywood's usage of tiger stripe and specific patterns that were made for Hollywood productions. It has a section on clothing and apparel for women and children made out of tiger stripe, because there is more of that than you might naturally suspect. Sections on reproduction tiger stripe, aside from the specific Hollywood usages, and of course all the way down to current modern iterations, modern developments of tiger stripe camo. It really, there's too much to get into, which is why it ended up being an 800-page book. This book was written by a gentleman named Owen Thornton. He goes by the handle Camo Man online, and he is one of the premier collectors and experts in tiger stripe camouflage in the United States, if not in the world today. He's been collecting this stuff for about 45 years now and has an amazing collection of original pieces. That is the primary source of photography for the book. James Rupley and I spent some time photographing his extensive collection of tiger stripe for this book. And the photographs that we have are paired with period photographs that he and some other collectors have assembled from the Vietnam War. Pictures that show all sorts of different patterns, these different patterns of tiger stripe actually in use in the field, including some incredibly rare material, a lot of photos that have never been seen before, everything from the tailor shops in Saigon that were making tiger stripe, all sorts of any custom tiger stripe apparel you wanted as a U.S. advisor or a U.S. soldier, you name it. The vintage photos in this by themselves are a fantastic reference and resource. And of course, we've coupled that with more than 1,250 original photos of the actual garments themselves. Now, the book is being launched on Kickstarter, and we have 3 basic pledge levels. The first one is just the standard book. The second one is the signed version of the book. That's signed by Owen Thornton, the author. And then we also have a collector's edition, which I'm particularly excited about this time around. We've always done collector editions of our books on Kickstarter, but this time we've stepped it up an extra level, and we're including a bunch of really cool accessories. So you get the book, signed, of course, in a fantastic clamshell case. But in addition, in that case, we have a number of extra accessories for you. One is we have a color board showing specific patterns of each of the different tiger stripe variations, much like you would see a selection of paint swatches. So you have a handy reference to all of the different patterns on hand, one next to the other for easy comparison and easy identification of tiger stripe garments that you may come across. We're also including a magnifier card so you can get a better view of the photographs in the book, as well as for use on actual tiger stripe garments you come across. And we have reproduced 10 original Vietnam unit and other patches that are part of the collections that make up this book and are just really cool pieces of vintage Vietnam War militaria. James and Owen and I went through a huge number of patches to pick out the ones that we thought were absolutely the coolest, the best, the most interesting, and we have a set of 10 of those that are available as extras, which I'll get to in a moment, but are all included with the collector's edition of the book, as well as an 11th patch, which is our Kickstarter campaign participation patch. We've done one of those for all of our previous books, and this will be no exception. So that collector's edition is going to be amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on my copy of it, and I know you guys are really going to enjoy it as well. We also have some pledge packages that are bundles of multiple books. One of those is From Hartford to Vietnam. This is a book, a photograph book of, well, photographs of AR-15, M16 development, testing, and fielding in the 1960s and 1970s. There are photographs put together from a number of estates of guys who were engineers and salesmen at Colt during this developmental period and during the Vietnam War. It's a fantastic book. We are actually launching it at the same time here, although it doesn't have its own Kickstarter campaign. If you're interested in it by itself, it's available on our website, but we thought you might be interested in bundling it with Tiger Stripe. So that's available From Hartford to Vietnam. We also have, from Vickers Guide, AR-15 Volume 1. Hey, look at that. It's a Tiger Stripe cover. This is a book on the early AR-15 and M16. It is amazing. This is from James Rupley and Larry Vickers. Fantastic piece. It is also available as part of some bundle pledges. And we have one of our other recent books, Buckshot to Beehive, a book on 40mm grenade munitions. Again, highly relevant to Vietnam. So there are a couple bundles that include these standard versions of these books or collector versions of these books, 2 of them, all 4 of them. You can take a look at the Kickstarter page to see all the details. We have a ton of stretch goals lined up for this book. They're also really exciting because there are a lot of little small side tangents that are part of the Tiger Stripe story, but really kind of a small part, but they are interesting. And if there's enough interest in the book in general, they're things that we can add into the overall manuscript. So some of these are unique pieces of custom Tiger Stripe apparel. Some of them are really unusual, specific Tiger Stripe patterns. You'll have to watch the Kickstarter page to see what those stretch goals are, which are coming up next. But there are a couple up there already listed for us to start off with, and they're pretty exciting. All right, so how do you get it? Well, you head on over to Kickstarter. We have a link in the description text below. Pick out what pledge level you're interested in, whether you want just the standard version of Tiger Stripe, the Vietnam Camouflage Story, or whether you'd like the fantastic collector's edition, or an entire bundle of perhaps everything that we have available related to the Vietnam War. All sorts of options over there for you, as well as extras like those reproduction patches. You can get one. You can get a bundle of all 10. Lots of cool stuff to take a look at. And of course, the ongoing set of stretch goals that I think you'll also be pretty excited about. So if this is the sort of thing that sounds interesting, hit us up over on Kickstarter. We are very excited to be running this campaign, and we're looking forward to putting the book in your hands. Thanks for watching.